So how emotional will this be for you this week, or will you be like Corey and just kind of channel it and wait till later to be emotional about it?
I definitely think I'm being a little bit emotional. First and foremost, it's a big game to begin with. I think that always kind of creates emotion. Rivalry game versus Duke, that'll be able to create some emotion from that. And, it being senior night, being my last one in the Keaton Stadium, there'll definitely be a lot of emotion. But, I think I'll, work through it and handle it and really just do everything that we need to do so we can get the win, There's no added pressure or anything like that. We just got to go out there and be myself and play ball. It'll be just fine.
When I first heard about you, you were in high school and your rival's bio had WR there as a wide receiver. Now here you are, possible first-round pick linebacker going to the NFL. How have you changed? Not so much as a football player, but just as a guy, as your football game itself has changed too.
Yeah, I think I've changed a lot. I think I've changed my body. I think I've changed my mind. I think my outlook on things have grown in a positive light, and I think I've just grown into the person that I am now. Like you mentioned, I played wide receiver in high school, got here, obviously came here to play linebacker. So I really just kind of focused in, on that so I can be the best version of that. When I was coming out of high school, one thing like I always told recruiters and coaches is like, it doesn't matter where you put me, like I'm a football player, I'm gonna go get it, I'm a hard worker. And I think I've been able to do that here at Carolina and definitely been able to see the results of that.
Cedric, please speak up.
Right.
For real. I can already hear people complaining about not being able to hear you.
So do you like senior days in general, or do you just want to get the game started and cut all the crap out?
No, I think it's important, recognize, the seniors and all the hard work that they've put in, for this team and for this school, and different things like that. Like I said, I think it's, going to be my last game at Keaton Stadium, so it's definitely emotional. It'll be my first one actually being a senior here at Carolina, so I think it'll be a little bit different for me this time. But like I said, we're not worried about all that stuff. At the end of the day, we still got a football game to play, and we're still trying to go out there and win.
When you look back at your career here, is there a game or a play or a moment that stands out to you as the one that you'll think of first when, in 20 years when you're thinking back on your time here?
Yeah, probably. I'll probably say two big ones. I'd say my first start here, 2021 versus Virginia. That was the first time that I was able to start. So that was definitely a big one and a big day for me. And I'd probably say after that is the Miami game my sophomore year, getting those 2 interceptions and being able to walk away with the game-winning interception. On national TV, ESPN, at that moment I was just so starstruck, and it was a very big moment for me. It was something I dreamt of, so definitely something I'll never forget.
Said it always seems like you and your mom have a great relationship, and you've talked about her texting you before a game or whatever. Do you feel like she's working on a good one for this week? Have you heard much from her? Is she laying low on it? Do you feel like that thing's coming? It's going to hit you like a ton of bricks, maybe?
Yeah, I definitely think she'll be a little bit emotional. I was actually just talking to her this past weekend. I said, you're going to be more emotional on graduation day than senior night, because that's just how my mom is, and school first and different things like that. But yeah, I think she'll be in my ear, be in my corner, kind of reminding me to take it all in, and different things like that. So yeah, I'll be able to handle it and just looking forward to it.
Cedric, I'm just curious, since you brought up the wide receiver thing, do you miss offensive?
I'm not gonna lie, I got 3 more games. I need to score a touchdown. Like, I need a touchdown. I need a pick six, fumble recovery, something. I need to get a touchdown. Like that's the one thing I miss is score a touchdown.
Some of those picks you've had were balls you really had to kind of jump for. They weren't just thrown right at you. I guess you had to flash some of your wide receiver skills there.
Yeah. I mean, I always tell the wide receiver I got hands. You know, I always be trying to live back in my old wide receiver days. I'll be trying to talk junk to them sometimes, but yeah, you know, I feel like, you know, receiver has honestly helped me, you know, being a linebacker, understanding, you know, how wide receivers may run their routes. It's helped me obviously with my hands and different things like that. And, you know, just playing wide receiver, having that athletic ability, I think that's helped me play linebacker as well. So I'm extremely, you know, thankful to have that opportunity to, you know, kind of have that view of things and that, you know, skill set of things while I'm playing defense.
Cedric, how do you get after? I mean, this is the Duke quarterback would be making his second career start as a true freshman, be his first start on the road. You know, it's a rivalry game, the whole thing. Like, how do you get after a guy like that who is inexperienced and sort of use that to your advantage?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just got to take advantage of the opportunities that, you know, are presented to ourselves. You know, I think every week, you know, it's always important to us 2 big things. We got to stop the run, and we got to get after the quarterback. It doesn't matter who we play. So I think it would be important, you know, that when the opportunity presents itself, you know, we have our best moves and we're ready to, you know, get after him.
Right, so pounce on it, yeah.
Cedric, last year over in Durham, after you all beat Duke, and you know, I was right next to you. I got a piece of video of you saying, "We don't lose to Duke." What is it about this game that brings out that kind of emotion out of you?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a big rivalry game. You know what I'm saying? Since I've been here, we have never lost to Duke. And I just want to continue that tradition here at Carolina. Just continuing the streak, continuing to hold the bell on this side. So that's just really what I was saying when I said that, you know, that we've never lost to them and we're going to continue to keep doing what we're doing so we don't ever lose to them.
Do you know anyone on the team, any high school teammates that went to Duke?
Not anymore. There's somebody I know of, but not really close with. But no, it's nobody that I would say I'm particularly close with.
I know for you all throughout the year, it's really been, you know, a game by game, week by week kind of thing, you know, just as you guys progress. But with these last 3 games in the ACC and the standings being what it is, how much are you guys kind of, you know, communicating just the need to really, you know, run the table for those last 3 games?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody kind of understands, you know, in order for us to make it to the ACC championship where we want to go, we have to win out and, you know, get some help as well. But, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, you got to take it one game at a time. You can't look too far ahead. You can't just say, oh, we're in if we win or whatever. We got to take it 1 week at a time. We have 3 really good opponents and really tough games in the ACC ahead of us. So we got to take it 1 week at a time. And right now, all that's on my mind is Duke.
Mac was in here yesterday saying that the Duke and Carolina fan bases may hate each other, but the players on each side, they actually get along. Now, from the players' perspective, how true is that?
I don't know really to make of it. You know, maybe some guys know guys, maybe are cool with each other. But I don't care if that whole team was my friend. When the whistle is blown, when the lights come on, when the clock starts, it ain't no friends out there. We both trying to win. We both trying to go out there and you know, beat the heck out of each other to get the win. So that's the mindset.
Cedric, is there a particular NFL linebacker that you think that is comparable to your game, you think, that you try to watch and maybe emulate or just take notes from?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's like 2 guys that are probably my favorites. You know, more when I first got to college, I think I followed Darius Leonard a lot. I thought he was kind of a rangy linebacker,
yeah.
Kind of had a little bit similar body type or whatever. But you know, as of lately, the way that Fred Warner has been playing and just the stuff that I've seen on film on him, I mean, it's beautiful to watch, and it's something that I really admire and try to study and learn from.
Cedric, I guess we're kind of at the point of the year where certain guys have, decisions to make on what they want to do, coming back, whatever. But kind of in talking to you, it sounds like you pretty much made that decision of this being the last year, this being the last home game. Does that give you like a degree of, I don't know if peace is the right word, but like is it just one less thing that is kind of on your mind that you have to think about?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just enjoying the process. I think I already thought coming into this year that this would be my last year here, and obviously trying to move on to the next level. But I'm not in a rush for anything. I'm trying to enjoy, these last, couple of weeks with the team, last month or two, and just really enjoy the experience because I'll never be able to get this back. These are some of the best years, some of the funnest years of my life playing with my brothers and, just playing college football in general. So I'm just taking it, one game at a time, one day at a time, and really just trying to embrace it all.
Are you a big victory bell ringer, or do you steer clear of that?
Nah, I'm a big victory bell ringer. I'm very excited after the wins. I was actually ringing the bell today at practice.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't Donnelly ring the crap out of it? Is that?
He does.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Donnelly.
Kevin Donnelly.
Oh, yeah.
He's like the designated ringer.
Yeah, he's.
You guys good with that?
Actually, I have one more question. Tommy Thigpen, how has he kind of influenced you, maybe as a player, maybe not as a player, maybe how to mentally prepare? What is something that you've taken from him that is ingrained and part of who you are in your daily grind?
Yeah, the things that I think the biggest thing that I like about Coach Thigpen is that, he loves ball. He loves to talk ball. He loves the technicality of things. He likes to talk about who, what, where, why, how in football. And I think that's one thing that he instilled in my game very early is the film room and understanding, our assignment and different details like that. But not only that, I love Coach Thig. I've said this before, and during my recruit process, it felt like he was one of the only few coaches, in the country that really believed in me. I feel like he's a very energetic person. I feel like he, stands by me and just gives all his effort in trying to make me the best that I could be. So I'm ultimately grateful for having him as a coach. He's a really good dude, really cool guy, kind of a laid back, but he still gets his work done. So I'm very appreciative of Coach Thigpen.
All right.
Fantastic.
Thanks,